Assalamu alaikum class. In this video we are going to talk about the volume integrals. Previously we have discussed about the line integrals and surface integrals, and now we are going to talk about the volume integrals. So here you can see that for volume integrals we are having the three integrals or the triple integrals, and consider a closed surface in space enclosing volume V. Then the integral over the volume V, we can integrate any vector or a scalar function. These are examples of the volume integrals or the space integrals. These are named as volume integrals because we integrate it over volume, and the three variables or the three dimensions are included in this integrals. Here is an example. This is question number 25. Let y is equal to 45x square and let v denote the closed region bounded by the plane. Here is the equation of the plane. 4x plus 2y plus z is equal to 8, and x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and z is equal to 0. And we have to integrate or evaluate the integral over the volume V of this scalar field function which is given to us. So as we have done in the previous part, that when we integrate a surface integral, how we solve it, that we have to draw the figure first and then we integrate it over a volume over a surface part, that we have to choose that either we are going to decide it in the xy plane or yz plane or xy plane. But when we talk about the volume integrals, all the three variables are included, so it means we are going to draw the figure and then we will decide the limits with the help of the figures, but the three variables will be included in it. So we are not going to consider the reflections of the plane in this case. So at first we are going to draw the figure, and to draw the figure or the closed region that is mentioned over here, we are going to use the equation 4x plus 2y plus z is equal to 8. At first put x is equal to 0 so that you have an equation in the yz plane, and here is the line for the yz plane. We are going to draw the figure as by the previous method we have discussed in the surface integrals. So here is the plane that we are going to talk about in this case. So this is the volume part that we are going to integrate over. Then you can see that we can evaluate z from this equation, and now we will discuss that how we are going to evaluate z or why we need to evaluate z. So we know that when we talk about the triple integrals, that is the three variables are included in it, that is x, y, and z all are included. So as we discussed in the previous lectures, that when we talk about the surface integrals, when we are going to decide the limits of the variable, we have to discuss that either these are related to each other or not. So when we see that the three variables x, y, and z are related by the equation this which is given to us, so what we have to do, we have to evaluate one variable in terms of the other two, and then we will evaluate the second variable in terms of the third one, and then the third variable will have the finite limits or the real number limits. So this is totally up to you, that either you define z in terms of x or y, or you define y in terms of x and z, or you define x in terms of y and z. So but I choose to be defined z in terms of x and y, and why we choose z, because z has the coefficient 1. So when I'm going to define the value of this z, you can see there will be no fraction part, so that's why I chosen z to define first in terms of x and y, but it's totally up to you, the answer will be the same. So when I put z is equal to 8 minus 4x minus 2y, and you can see that the other limit is 0, so it means z will have the limit 0 to 8 minus 4x minus 2y. Now come to the second variable. It's again up to you, you define y in terms of x or x in terms of y, but to define or to check out the relation between x and y, we have to be in the xy plane, because when we integrate with respect to z, z is eliminated. So we have to put z is equal to 0 in this equation, so that we can have an equation defining x and y, or we can have an equation defining a plane in lying in the xy plane. So when I put z is equal to 0, I get 4x plus 2y is equal to 8, and from here you can see that I can eliminate y, which is equal to 4 minus 2x. So again y will have the limits from 0 to 4 minus 2x, and now we are only left with the variables x, and x is varying from 0 to simply put y is equal to 0 and in this equation, and you can see that x will be equal to 2. And here how we can define the limits in case of the volume integral. Simply we have to integrate this integral by the same methods we discussed in calculus. So at first we have to integrate it with respect to z, then with respect to y, and at the last we will integrate it with respect to x. And here you can see the integration. Over here you can integrate it on your own, and here is the answer of this integral, which is 128. But when you are going to integrate it, remember that integrate it with respect to the variable that you define in terms of the other two. Then and the second part we have to integrate it with respect to the variable we define in terms of the third one, and at the last you are going to perform the integration with respect to the variable that are going to define, or that is having the finite limits, like x is having the finite limit 0 to 2. That's why we are going to integrate it with respect to x at the end. So 128 is the final answer in this case. Next we have question number 26. Let f is equal to 2xz I cap minus xj cap plus y square k cap, and we are going to evaluate the volume integral of this vector field f, where v is the region bounded by the surface x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, y is equal to 6, z is equal to x square, and z is equal to 4. So again we are going to draw the surface first, or the volume first, and here you can see that y is having the finite limits 0 to 6. So y is independent variable here. So y is having the length 0 to 6. So here is y varying from 0 to 6. And now we are going to discuss about the other two. You can see that x and z are related by the equation z is equal to x square, and z is having the maximum limit 4. So here is the point z is equal to 4, and z is equal to x square means I'm going to have a parabola, and here is the part of the parabola which is going to lie in the first octant. So here is the figure or the corresponding figure, because y is varying from 0 to 6. So here is the closed region which is going to have the volume v in this case. Next we are going to define the limits. Again we are going to say that we are having the volume integral, so it means x, y and z, all the three variables are included. So y is going to have the finite limit, so we have chosen y to be 0 to 6, and z is related by the equation z is equal to x squared. Now this is the point when we have to discuss that in the previous questions the initial limit was given to us that z was varying from 0 to the other one, or x is starting from 0 and y is starting from 0. But here you can see that z is having the finite limit, or the final limit, or the terminal limit, not the initial limit. So we are going to choose it to be from x square to 4. We cannot take it to be 0 to x square because we are not given with the initial point, we are given with the terminal point or the last point. So that's why z is varying from x square to 4, and we are only left with x, and x must have the finite limits now, and x is varying from 0 because the initial limit is given to x. So we are starting x from 0, and the maximum point is going to be 2, because when z is equal to 4, x will be equal to 2. That's why x is varying from 0 to 2 in this case. So here we are going to define the limits. In this case again we are going to integrate it with respect to x, y and z with the defined limits. And because f is given to be the vector field, so we will integrate it the three parts independently, that is x component, y component and z components independent terms. Here you can see that I have integrated with respect to z first, taking the limits x square to 4. Then I have integrated it from with respect to y varying from 0 to 6, and at the end I have integrated it with respect to x varying from 0 to 2, and here is the final answer. Next we have question number 27. Find the volume of the region common to the intersecting cylinders x square plus y square is equal to a square, and x square plus z square is equal to x square. Now you can see that we are having intersection of two cylinders. One cylinder is horizontal and one cylinder is vertical. So when we are saying x square plus y square is equal to a square, it means we are talking about the vertical cylinder, and when we are saying that x square plus z square is equal to a square, it means we are talking about the horizontal cylinder, because it will lie on y-axis. So here are the two cylinders, and here is the intersecting part in the first octant only. Here is the intersecting part in the first octant only. So now we are going to define it more precisely so that it is clear to you. Here you can see the intersection of two cylinders. One is horizontal cylinder and one is vertical cylinder, and here is the intersection of these cylinders. So here you can see the intersecting part, here is the intersecting part, and now we are going to check that how we can find out the volume of this intersection of the two cylinders. Such solids that are results from the intersection of the two cylinders of the same radius are have a particular name, which are named as Steinmetz solids, and their surface area is defined to be 16 r square, and the volume is 16 r cube over 3. So here we are going to calculate the volume, so it means that we must have the answer 16 by 3 into the cube of the radius term. Here is a more clear view of the intersection of the two cylinders. Here you can see that when we talk about the first octant, because we can calculate the integrals in only one octant. So here you can see that when we talk about the calculation, or when we are going to discuss that how we can calculate the volume of such cylinders, you can see that in the first octant we are having this part. Here is the part which is lying in the first octant, so we can integrate it over here, but the similar parts are lying on the other portions as well. So 1 2 3 4, and the same 4 parts lie in the below region as well, that is downward to it. So 4 into 4 is going to be 8, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, that is we are having 8 symmetrical parts, and if we can evaluate only one part, we can multiply it with 8 to get the total area of the intersected region, or the total volume of the intersected region, because we are going to calculate the volume over here. So here we have mentioned that the required volume is equal to 8 times of the volume of the shaded region. So 8 times of the volume, and how we can evaluate the volume? Obviously we are going to integrate with respect to x, y and z, and x and z are related by the equation z x square plus z square is equal to a square. So we can evaluate z in terms of x from this equation, that is z is equal to square root of a square minus x square. Similarly x and y are also related, so y will be equal to square root of a square minus x square, and the initial points are from origin, because we are lying in the first octant only, that's why z is varying from 0 to a square minus x square whole square root, y is varying from 0 to square root of a square minus x square, and now we are left with x only, and x is must have the finite limits varying from 0 to a, because a is the cylinder of the radius a is the radius of the cylinder we are given with. So when we are going to integrate, so it's totally up to you, because we can integrate it with respect to y or z first, and we are going to integrate with respect to x at the last. So I have evaluated with respect to z first, and then with respect to y, and at the end I have performed the integration with respect to x from using the limit 0 to a, and 16 by 3 a cube is the answer as defined earlier.